I shan't remember all your names. Pleased to meet you. Ah, jockey, right. Hello, well, it's a bit of a windy day. Thank you all for coming out, making the most of it. Where we're stood today, as you can see, we have some shops behind us, a Fountain Hotel, it's still a hotel pub, and the Red Jet funnel down here. Now, this area has been used as the landing point for the steamships and the transporters for a considerable number of years. Now, in 1820, and I have to look at my book here because I can never remember the name of the actual name of the company, the Isle of Wight Royal Mail Steam Packet Company was first established, which was the first steam link to the mainland to Southampton, and it travelled from here. And actually in those days, because it used not just people, it didn't take just people, it took goods and animals and all sorts, you'll see from the pictures going around that it was a much more sort of a working kind of port setup. And these areas that you're stood in now were a mixture, and over time have been a mixture of stables, servants' quarters, and you'll be pleased to know you've probably stood in some animal pens as we speak right now. And now the company, which is actually still known as the Southampton, Isle of Wight and South of England Royal Mail Steam Packet Company Limited, which is an amalgamation of various steam companies that did battle on the Isle of Wight between the Isle of Wight and Southampton. That company, for some reason, has just chosen to call itself Red Funnel. I don't know why.
Red Squirrel.
Red Squirrel, yes, it was one of those articles. And an interesting thing is that company has also diversified itself quite a lot over time, and I think it still has a finger in, but very much in the early days had a lot of work in the tug industry. You know, the boats, the tugs would take the big liners out of Southampton, and surprisingly, it was Red Funnel tugs that helped launch the Titanic. Yeah, make of that what you will. There we go. Just go up, there's a little lane, a sort of small little lane, go as far as that there, behind the building. That's it, keep coming. Where's my back marker? There we go. The smallest sculpture that you've seen there in the wall, for those of you, I don't know if you were able to take in the full glory of the thing, it's basically a picture of two lads having a bit of a punch-up, one getting biffed, and some shells being knocked asunder. Well, that's a story of a famous incident that occurred here, where there was a young Mr. Attrell, Master Attrell those times, who was selling winkles, cockles, something like that, one of those creatures, and he was actually gathering them, you know, in a bucket as a young lad. And as he was doing this, the bucket was by the side, some other lad just strolled by and nonchalantly knocked his bucket over. And then when young Master Attrell took again this, he set chase on the lad, caught him, and biffed him one in the eye, and thought, not much more of it, that taught you a lesson, and went back home. Now, this young lad, who had kicked over the bucket and now had a right shiner, had to report the incident to his mother to explain why he had a bruise in his eye. Slightly surprising for Mr. Attrell when he found out the mother was Queen Victoria, who it was a young prince that he had biffed. But actually, when Mr. Attrell was summoned forth to the Queen, she said he thought he'd done exactly the right thing, and the prince got exactly what he deserved. So there you go, rough justice from Her Majesty. And actually in later life, it's hard to say whether the two incidents are actually linked, the Queen gave Mr. Attrell a house in East Cowes, up in this way.